Loot Bet. Made for live betting.
Don't know how to build a team from scratch or find good teammates? DreamTeam.gg, the ultimate team building platform. Find and connect with new players, coaches and teams. Manage and monetize your team. Get on fast track to advance from novice to amateur and, if desired, to professional gamer. Join DreamTeam.gg today.
It's the quick scope! This is unreal! Anything is possible! Anything is possible! Ustillo is a monster, Tom!
We're at the point in our day where we don't know what's going on, and neither do these two teams that we have in front of us, Renegades and VP, heading to map 3. Both teams dominating each other on their own map pick, or sorry, each other's map picks, I gotta say. And now we head to Cache, which is historically an okay map for both teams.
Yeah, again, and I guess how much could you really put into the history of these teams either? I mean, Renegades have gone from being I guess a gradually rising team with Casada behind them to now floundering all over the place, just being very up and down from map to map. And VP, obviously, you never really know what you're going to get. We thought Train was their best chance of actually bringing this to a third. Instead, they flounder there, and Comebacks playing much, much better on Inferno, which was Renegade's map pick. So, yeah, you can't really talk to history too much. It kind of just, it's a game of Zone that lives by itself. That's... That's really what it seems like.
And I don't know what to expect for this third map, so I'm going to forfeit my choice to have an opinion or to make a prediction, because I feel like anyone can
already
take
made
this
one.
game.
You had Renegades as well, so you can't really back out of that now. There's no more fence sitting.
No, I can, as much as I like to, I can just stay on it, I guess. But at this rate, to be honest, you just got to hope that mentally Renegades aren't that effective from the previous game. They can move on. You know, that's always the hard question, right? Like, some teams absolutely fine with just forgetting about the previous map, going into the next one, just going, you know, whatever. It is what it is. We'll look at it later. And other teams, they get a big emotional loss and then they just crumble. Yeah,
they let it gnaw at them really as they go into the next game. But you'd imagine that they are. They're well enough versed now. They've been around for long enough. They're experienced. They've had these kind of losses before. They've been through it. They also have Gomez behind them, who's probably going to give them a bit of a slap if they even attempt to have that kind of a mindset going into Cache. So I think they should be fine in that matter. I'm just more worried about the fact that they did play Cache versus Gambit yesterday. And yes, they ended up winning. It was a quadruple overtime, though. And not only that, the fact that one of the big issues that both teams actually had in that game was the fact that they couldn't win T rounds. And normally, Cache is a fairly T-sided map, with by quite some margin, so you'd expect that to be not a big issue. Sure, great that you're able to win CT sides, but from what the guys who were covering the match told me, it was more down to the fact that both teams played such horrid T sides that it'd be hard not to pick up CT rounds.
Well, let's hope we don't have that from Renegades here at the very least. At least VP didn't quite have the same issue. I don't think they've played this map yet here in Kiev, but there's a chance to see something new maybe. I'm excited by just the sheer prospect of how this game can go, but VP, they're going to get the start that they want, and if it follows in how this series has been going, sticking to the CT side and putting Renegades on that struggling T side, which would always be a dangerous decision if Renegades repeat their performance from yesterday.
Yeah. Well, we will see how it's all going to pan out. So just waiting for the teams to settle their differences, I guess, and decide for where they want to play. And look at that. Bit of a switcheroo as we're going to have a VP starting on the CT side.
Not really surprising. But yeah, even though this is a T-sided map, maybe VP did see the game versus Gambit, or at least have an idea of...
It's like, they have no idea what they're doing.
Yeah. Just go, oh, okay, yeah, we'll get 50. No, it'll be fine. No, it won't be that easy, I'm sure. Renegades hopefully going to be bringing something to the table here. We don't want to see a repeat performance from that previous map. And Pasha shaking his head. So VP at least looking confident here after that previous win. And I don't blame them as well. They were able to pretty quickly reset off the back of losing Train. So now with Renegades with their backs against the wall.
Team's just making their final preparations before we go live. And we'll be able to see who stays alive. Obviously, we've mentioned it a couple of times. Whoever loses here, they're out. No more games to be played, and the other one have one more fight in them.
And the winner, I mean, it's not like the winner has a free slot to go through to the playoffs. They've still got to play one more game. And, you know, there are other matches, other teams, still in this Swiss system that neither of these guys want to face. I mean, Mousesports and Na'Vi both still here. The loser of that game is going to be potentially facing the winner of this.
Yeah.
It's a very good chance.
That's a very good chance of it, yeah.
Pretty terrifying.
It's like rewarded with another nightmare matchup in that sense.
I mean, this shouldn't have been a nightmare matchup for Renegades. I feel like coming into this one, they looked good enough to take this in the 2-0, but hey, here we are, map 3. We're straight into it. Renegades on the T side. VP, what is this pistol? Quad stack on B? They're going to get aggressive, and Renegades, they're just going to dart into the A site. They'll realize pretty quickly that this round should be theirs.
Taking a strat book from Henry G. They're not going to push that much forward, though, so they're giving up so much map control. And, well, Renegades on their end, they're already up. They're already out on the A-bomb side. Bialy spotted it out, obviously. They do have a kid on him as well, and a smoke. No Molotovs, though, to clear it in sort of funky positions. And you can already tell there's one player from Renegades. That's going to be Azza, who's covering this backstab as well.
A bit of an off angle as well. Maybe they won't even check it. Neo starts to walk in. Snacks behind him. He spots him, but does he spot Snacks? No. Headshot coming through, and now VP kick-started this round with a man advantage. Neo finding a second as well, so already complications arising for Renegades in the post-plant. Jacob trying to defend, needs a couple of kills, and finds exactly that. Ustillo even has his back covered, and JKM with another shot. It's only Neo. It started so well, but how the mighty have fallen. Renegades find the pistol.
Yeah, significant tag damage there, helping out Jacob to get at least one of those kills, and then Justillo just being a true bro, having his back as he turns out after those two frags. That pretty much saves the round. Excellent job from Jacob there in that situation. 4 kills to save. Where Salvage a pretty much lost round, really. It looked so well for VP. They had the defuse kit. They'd gotten the 2 first opening frags as well. They were ready to pounce on that bomb site. Just admirable efforts from the 2 last standing Renegades.
Well, VP forced up, and they had a lot of success, at least in getting 4 kills and not quite winning the round in Train, for example. Renegades, a couple of rifles, but they are definitely making some lapse purchases in terms of having these SMGs that can be, while good at making money, also a problem for themselves if VP can, you know, take a duel with the CZ, because a lot of the times a CZ versus a MAC-10 or a UMP, the CZ is going to win that duel.
Yeah. It's a very true lethal weapon, and they also have Pasha with that scout with the potential to tag people up. No real movement from Renegades, though, but they haven't grabbed too much map control, and the issue here is that they're going to go blindly towards that A bomb site. They do have Molotovs, 3 of them to speak of, so if they do their due diligence, they should be able to actually force most of the players on the VP side out of positions, but Pasha can do so much damage initially with that scout.
Molotov's coming in, but look at the aggression VP. They just flash into main as soon as they hear Renegade setting up. A kill coming through and damage on top of that from Me, who will finish off the second player. Still trades are up for Renegades, but they're down a man eventually, and Neo going to make it even worse. Wrapping with a CZ, the scout tag to JKS, and everything is falling apart here for Renegades, crumbling below their feet. VP with a triple setup on this A site still intact. And that nade, while it will get a kill and do damage, JKS is still pinned at the back of this forklift. The bomb is open, the time is ticking, and VP, they have everything to play with right now. They don't need to fight. JKS has got to take these kills to them, and Neo's just going to win the duel. VP picking up a first round, but somehow, they shouldn't have won that.
They should never win a round like that, but
the stack.
The stack is in there as well. We saw this time and time again on Train. We also see Renegades messing up pretty heavily. I'm like, sure, they lose Nifty to the aggression from Snacks. They still have some utility to work with after that to kind of force things out. They don't necessarily need to commit to the bomb side either at that point. You still jumps out all by his lonesome, finds one frag, but gets immediately traded. That forces the hand of the rest of the Renegade squad to actually commit to the A bomb site. Again, like you should be so much better off, and the fact that they grabbed so little map controller, like not even attempt to grab more map control to start things off and start off the round is just, something to marvel at for all of the wrong reasons. And so they're going to be back on the pistols, like we saw VP in the previous round. Gotten into mid, but not going to find the openings they need.
Mihu's just playing bait here for Pasha, who's hiding in the sandbags. As soon as they start to push up, he takes 2 for free. Flashbang can even come in to allow him to find a third, but JKS is going to take down Mihu in the middle. Pasha is still pressured here up on the sandbags. He needs to find another kill, because otherwise Renegades are going to start to draw their way back into the round, but the Vents boost does allow for a lot of damage, and the pistol can finish it off. Phew.
Took a bit of time for Snacks there, but he managed to hold on to it. Finds the FAMAS as well. I'm going to drop that off to Pasha. So Virtus.pro managed to hold on, even though they do take a couple of losses. But in the grand scheme of things, they'll be perfectly fine with that. That was the force buy from Renegades in hopes to get a reset back. It's not going to be the case. So eco time for the Aussie squad. Well, they had everything set up for themselves to have a great start to this match. Now it could all fall apart, and they did struggle mightily getting rounds versus Gambit on their T side. That's going to be a similar case versus Virtus.pro. Who knows if they're even going to have a fighting chance moving into the second half. Again, very cookie-cutter setup from Renegades. Even with Glocks, just holding very passively, maybe hoping for someone from Virtus.pro to go aggressive with an MP9 or something to that effect to find some extra cash. But they're going to group up over towards that A-bomb site. It's still pretty well defended. You have one player by MVK. That's Bialy. It's one of the 2 positions he seemingly plays on that A-bomb site. Mihu and Spawn, and also the rotation coming in from mid, potentially from Pasha.
With no utility, this is not going to be an easy round for Renegades. They are like lambs to the slaughter, just being lined up by Mihu. Bialy with a couple as well. And Pasha's going to clean up. With only 1 casualty there, it's not really a problem for VP. They can continue to invest. And now Renegades are going to do exactly that. Now we have the money for rifles to come through. The AWP lacking on the T side, but Snacks is pulling that up here.
Going to be curious to see where Snacks plays with that. If he's going to be towards B, if it's going to move around towards mid. But seeing how they have a double op setup, Snacks probably going to move towards that B setup, B bomb side, and Pasha going to hold down mid.
You are indeed correct. Solo B for Snacks as well. Very dangerous. We have the boost up, which is probably why we have the solo B. They expected that already in Pasha, finding that first kill. Nice read from VP. You could clearly see they're waiting for the smoking connector. So they've done their research. You know what Renegades like to do, and they've already found a kill. Nifty going straight down the middle is never a good start, considering he already had a pretty terrible previous map. And the second AWP striking once again of Pasha up in the highway.
And already, this is so tough.
What can Renegades even really do here? Jacob just tried to split the highway for this A play, and we do have JKS up in main and Azza and Squeaky, but the problem here for Renegades is they don't really have a lot of trade potential. Jacob's dead mid, and he's kind of left out to dry. No teammates even nearby. The boost up from Bialy is perfect, and JKS walks with his back turned. Only 1 man left up, and there's not a point of damage done to the VP side just yet, and that will barely change. Bialy gets shot, but he still wins the duel, and VP, this is a very good CT start already. Renegades finding nothing in terms of economical damage. And as a result, it's pistols once again. But they can force down a little bit, buy some armor, buy some utility, a lot of utility in fact. Maybe that Molotov A setup that we know from the French scene.
Very much so. And Renegades, well, hopefully they haven't ran out of options already. But it's not off to a great start here. That double up setup continues to reign supreme for Virtus.pro. A couple of early nades towards B, and this is just going to be a push through the smoke here. Probably. They've got 3 Molotovs as well, so they could set up for something towards that. They're going to smoke, or they're going to use one of the Molotovs for checkers. When bomb rush the bomb site here. Considering the rotations here, if they have a, they do have a smoke for the spawn as well on Jacob. If they can get that down, then there's definitely a possibility for them to get a bomb plant here, but
flash straight through. Neo's going to have a pretty easy job with that. He even has snacks for support. Jacob's blinded. Pasha, the other AWP having rotated in. VP more than ready for that defense.
Definitely so. Neo actually just manning up, standing in the fire and the flames there to get his spray down and have the correct angle, and with everybody flashed on the side of Renegades, really not meeting too much resistance. JKS left his own devices, and with the ZZ no armor, not a whole lot he can do. No one from Virtus.pro very keen on actually hunting after this, for good reason. They have control over the bomb. You can see 4 players on VP just guarded around that. Then you have Bialy over towards that A bomb, so just making sure there's no shenanigans. Bialy not going to allow any sort of late lurk from JKS, and eventually Mihu's going to find his first frag of the round and the final Renegades player alive.
And that's 2 flawless rounds from VP. So just to add to that, now they're going to have so much money to play with. Like, this is going to be so hard to break for Renegades, who already struggle on the T side, as you said. So
yeah,
if you take that into account, they're going to need, what, 2-3 rounds in a row to actually put VP on eco?
Yeah, I guess the one benefit here is that Virtus.pro might be keen on going back to that double op setup time and time again, and that's obviously going to be very expensive. But right now you have both Bialy and both Mihu and Neo sitting on over 10K after buying up. Bialy sitting at 8K, and both the Oppers and Pasha and Snacks are on 5.4 and 5K respectively. So plenty of money to go around really on the side of VP. Even if they were to reinvest in that, they don't necessarily have to have Snacks and Pasha being the ones buying the ops by any means, right? That task could go easily to Mihu or Neo.
What do we have from Renegades here? They are going to need a big round to come in soon. They can't let VP run away with what should be a 7-1 lead if they just find a single round, because Renegades' money will be out the window before you know it. Mihu close in middle. And I like how VP continually change these setups on the CT side. They've not once run a similar round. Now they have Pasha up in the highway. Again, Snacks down on B with the AWP, to be expected here. But not quite employing the same positions with this close mid angle, plus Pasha taking the attention down from the highway. It's not easy to take mid for Renegades.
They're going to give it a go regardless, though. You're still at least being boosted up. Let's see if you actually get some teammates to go with him. It's going to pop up. JKS is going to join him as well. And Pasha, are they going to try for a boost on their own? That might actually be their demise. Oh, the timing here could be perfect, though.
Oh, 1-for-1, but they know a second player is close in middle now. Pasha's already shown his face, and he's stuck in the Molotov, burnt to a crisp. Renegades now have the mid-control at least, and with a man up in main with the bomb, this could be the A-split after all, but JKS, big kill. Bialy dead up in the highway as well, so now VP going to start to crumble on this A-bomb site. We need something to come through, and that will certainly kickstart things. Neo with a one-tap to JKS, and he has found himself within the site for a second, won't expect a third, and it will almost be the kill onto Nifty, but luckily enough, Renegades, while casualties come through, they find their second round.
They find their second round, but it's barely. Bialy definitely should win out that duel versus JKS as he's floundering on top of Whitebox. That's a golden opportunity lost, and then Neo nearly grabbing Nifty. If he can do that, that's bomb dropped. He gets into a 1v1 versus JKM and can play pretty much any position he'd like, and obviously have a pretty big advantage at that. So Renegade's shaky, but yeah, as you said, in the end, it's getting the round that really matters. And well, Virtus.pro, they do go back to that double op setup right off the bat, so that it's already taken a bit of a beating on to their economy. But then again, they've had so much success with it, so why not?
Very passive on mid this time. Neo almost plays that B rotate role. He doesn't need to commit towards middle because Pasha's moved back in through the highway, so Neo's back on B. Because again, very hard site to retake, so you definitely want to make sure you get a couple of kills before the bomb goes down. While Snacks is there, we are going to see this vent boost employed once again. Pasha's being pressured, so this is a very good time to put up the vent boost.
Yeah, they got Molotov'd out though, so both Neo and Snacks taking a bit of damage. They're actually going to boost up the Opera as well, and well, before Snacks even gets there in time, Paj is gone, and Mihu's been retaliated on as well, so man advantage in the favor of Renegades. They know that one of the VP players were in vents. Fearful of that, taking their time to move up highway here, and that could be just what they need, but you still with the quick trade on to Bialy. That's the A-bomb site.
That's a peak that they can't afford to, or Bialy can't afford to go down from that position. Even if he doesn't get a kill, it's better that he holds on so VP can get in position. Good shot from Snacks.
No utility though on the side of VP. It's going to be so tough for them to actually get any of the Renegades players out of positions, but they're really giving them a lot of opportunities to do so here. With that boost as well, they know where both players are initially. So can't necessarily play any crossfires, but Nifty, just walking back in time. Doesn't spot the head of Snacks either. Golden opportunity lost for Snacks.
And they're being wrapped. Neo somehow got his way all the way around the back of the site, but Nifty has it on lock. So even though this position is good from Neo, surely he won't stick the bomb in this spot. Snacks with 1, and JKS from above. 2 kills straight down. And Renegades, they are taking casualties here, but they are winning rounds.
They are winning rounds, but it's definitely not something that you can feel like it's going to be a reliable way to go further with. And in that situation as well, Snacks just misses a sitter on Nifty as he looks back towards Neo, who's made it onto site. Again, JKS floundering a lot of shots when they're boosted up behind quad. Tons of opportunities for Virtus.pro to actually pounce on that and just win around that probably they shouldn't have any business of winning. But yeah, double off coming out for the last time. This is the last stand for VP in that sense. And I guess on Inferno, we saw Renegades get off to a great start and slowly get whittled away. This time it might be the opposite. Mihu hidden behind. No Molotov. Ooh, Posh actually finds the kill on Jaken with the sudden peek. And Neo from Vents as well. They haven't even Molotov'd out the sandbag, so even though the entirety of the Renegades team has been locked out of mid, even if they were to find Pasha or Neo, etc., they still could have gone down very easily to Mihu.
JKS has found a pick on B in the meantime, but Renegades are actually out on the A site and with no bomb as well.
Yeah, what's the idea here?
I have no idea. It's working though. Azza climbs on top of the box and he does take down Bialy, but you can see JKS is running back to the spawn because he needs to grab that bomb. His rotate may be heard by Neo. Renegades very thankful that they actually have a lot of time to play with. Boost up again, only just getting the shot, this time from Renegades. And this push from mid from Neo, if he finds this kill here, this is massive. Because the bomb could be dropped and this round could be opened up. Neo's done it. A smoke and a Molotov as well. He actually has utility to hold on to this. Renegades going to be stuck for time. And Neo, what he could do here is just wrap back towards the A site. He knows because the time is so low, Renegades, if they get that bomb back under control, they have to hit A.
All right, now they're going to go through the smoke, though, so saving a little bit of time. But as you mentioned, 20 seconds on the clock. Molotov goes down as well. Neo's bailed out back to mid. But hello, Renegades, you need to get to a bomb site.
Oh, no. They've done it. He's done it. They've messed it up. Surely there's no time. There's 10 seconds left. They're only just making their way back through main, and they've realized the error of their ways. Neo's rotate's going to be too late, but so are the Renegades. It's going to be the round for VP. Very, very intelligent play from Neo.
Yeah, just winning that round all on his own. And in all honesty, Renegades should never be in a position where they got that close either. The fact that they find 4 kills when they've forgotten about the bomb, JKS is way too late to make a rotation over towards the bomb site after the 2 players on his side have actually committed to the site. It's just a mess. And again, the couple of rounds that Renegades won, we didn't feel like that was sustainable at all. And you can see it here. They don't necessarily have a plan. They just get bailed out by individual prowess in that situation, but that's still not enough because the tactical decisions they're making aren't smart enough. Like in that situation as well, like Azza's down on low HP because of the Molotov that gets thrown down by Neo, but maybe it's at that point you still just have to jump into the fire to retrieve the bomb because you have to make it to a bomb site. It's just that simple.
Big mistakes.
Yeah, and it's like the ramifications of it is massive as well because that was the final stand for Virtus.pro as well. Yeah, they have only survived with 1 player. Sure, so they have taken a bit of a beating. You could tell that by their buy. Mag 7's FAMAS is out, not necessarily a whole lot of utility, but that could have so easily, seeing how things turned out, been around for Renegades, and that would have been Virtus.pro and Eco. Pasha wouldn't have had that op to open things up.
And Renegades, who've lost 4 players in the 2 previous rounds, are now going to be coming down to just this weak old force buy, trying to hit the A site. This is exactly what they need to do fast here before VP rotate. But look, there's 4 players here for the CT side. They are so ready on the setup. Flash is so good though. JKS does get the kill, spots Pasha, who misses his AWP shot and can't follow up again. He gets overwhelmed by the rifles jumping around the corner, and somehow, despite the limitations of economy, Renegades do take the site and get the bomb down with a 2-man advantage. More boosts coming through on the quad. Neo, I don't think he's going to be able to clutch this one out, but he'll give it a go. First kill. Flash over the top, and there we go.
Renegades managed to grab it back. So important for them to actually find success in that round. Just everyone on Virtus.pro's side getting caught out by flashes. Pasha not being able to connect with the second shot. Bialy just being a non-factor in the corner. Like, one of the issues I have with Bialy, Bialy was an amazing A player on Couch for the longest of times, but he pretty much plays 2 positions, and it's by fork or it's in the MBK corner, which is also called Bialy, but in some regions, because he's literally there 90% of the time. It's either there or fork. If it's not there, then he's not on A pretty much. And he gets caught up by so many flashes from behind that smoke that he's not able to contribute at all. But Renegades, obviously, they're going to be thanking the Lucky Stars for that. That's a bit of a gift-wrapped package to get back into the game again. And with them having so many struggles of actually doing anything on their T side, they'll take any opportunity given to them to get a couple of easy rounds on the board. And speaking of easy rounds, you can tell by the buy on VP, this should be one of those for Renegades. But they've messed up before versus Pistols.
They have indeed. I mean, look at Train again, how close these second rounds were for Renegades. After winning both pistols, they still only came down to the 1v1. VP, quad stack on A, and that has been the bread and butter of Renegades' T side so far this map. We've only seen 1 B round this entire map. Renegades not going to be ready for this aggression. Pasha's pushed up into main. No one's holding it. We got a man on the boost and Azza back up in the garage, but he does spot it just in the right time, peeks out to Pasha. So Renegades not only have a pick, but they have a pick towards A, and that may actually tempt fate. It may give them a bit of a reason to push this bomb site, where VP still have a heavy stack and a quick rotation available from Neo on the scout.
Well, one of the benefits, I guess, this time around is that Renegades are not necessarily going completely blind. They do have, you're still up by the boost, you JKM far forward in the mid by white box, so at least they'll get multiple angles to attack the A-bomb site from, and, well, Virtus.pro, they're actually not going to make much of a meal of it. They're going to go back towards B, but, whoa, look at that. The rotation is coming in from Renegades as well.
900 IQ reads here.
Yeah, so it actually becomes a bit of a blind push for Renegades. Again, they did have multiple instances of actually doing more with this, but they have the utility. They have multiple angles of attack, at least this time around.
Should still be theirs, even given the stack.
Yeah.
Ustillo's opened up the push through the smoke. Oh, it's close. Ustillo's blind. He has to jump into it, but there we go. Doesn't matter. JKS found 2. JKM with the other one. And Renegades, actually a pretty clean round, all things considered. So it's actually nice to see a round where they can build up some money. Yeah,
it doesn't end up with the 15 different viewpoints that they have to look out for, really, or attack points from VP like they did on that A-bomb site. This time they've gotten the smokes down for spawn, so they only have to be fearful of people running through it, which again is going to give you a pretty advantageous situation to win out the duel. Also use their utility properly to actually clear out checkers and whatnot. Giving themselves more of a fighting chance, and this time they're going to go back to mid control as well. Molotov going out by Sandbags. Jakim's waiting for anyone to peek out. Pasha. Good attempt Faith in connector there, so that's at least one man giving up. But look at the four-man crew coming down highway here. Ooh. No flashbang, though, on Pasha's side.
But the manpower could be good enough. Look at this. JKS cannot pick a target. He is switching between the two. And Ustillo trying to clean this up quickly. And I like this. Don't give them the opportunity to grab this AK and actually make a mockery of you. You've got the range. You've got the rifle for it. You may as well take the engagement. And he does exactly that. Cleaning up with 4. Good round from Ustillo. Looked a bit dangerous, but Renegades keep control. They find their 6th.
Yeah, and even though if they lose 2, they've still set up in a way that they can actually continuously trade. That's really what wins them out the round. You still can just hold down that area. If they wanted to, they could have left you still pretty safely on top of that boost, just firing off shots, gone to one of the bombs with the 2 remaining players who had the bomb and been pretty okay in that scenario. As long as he still is denying an AK, they only have USPs to retake with. So Renegades finally shoring things up on their end of the T side. That's proving to be fruitful as well, as they've gotten 3 rounds in a row.
even though this buy comes through for VP, it's not the best of buys. No AWP, and continuing this double AWP trend for VP is not going to be possible. No kits as well. Already most utility gone.
Bialy's gotten into an aggressive position in A main, though. That might catch VP and Renegades off guard. Not sure if they caught an eye of that. Pretty heavy focus on doors now for the time being. And they're going to boost up. This might actually be something that Renegades can hear.
It's all about the timing of the push, but because of the deep smoke in main, Renegades aren't actually going to burst out a squeaky. They will come late to main, but here's the door push coming straight through. Azza's found the opener. Surely they expect the boost, and there they do. At least Ustilo drops Azza, also Bialy on the top. And now with that, Renegades are all over this bomb site. The 7th round should be no problem. It's continual A pushes that are just working out wonderfully for this team.
And finally, like, and again, now we just hope for Renegade's sake that once they've found something that works, that they don't stray away from it like they did on Inferno. It was really their undoing on the T side. They definitely have to feel happy about this. Obviously, Virtus.pro in a situation where they have to save, but the money is good on Renegade's side at this point with 3 rounds in a row, so they're going to go hunting. This is definitely the correct choice. You can tell JK is already out for blood. Might not be able to find a kill. Actually, he does so as well. Nice turnaround onto Snacks, and that kind of gives away the area where the rest of the VP players are. Nifty chips in as well, and Pasha tucked away in the corner. And instead of 3 rifles being brought into the next round, it's going to be 0 for Virtus.pro. So they're pretty much going to have to do a full eco here and just have the double ops coming in the final round of the half. That means Renegades are primed for an 8th round.
That could have facilitated a buy here as well, so that's a real shame for VP. Could have had a couple of rifle rounds potentially if they were to win this one. But nope, pistols, as you say, waiting for those AWPs. Pasha's going to be saving money. So good decision from VP. They know they've been reliant on those AWPs. Nice nade.
Juicy one. Does a fair bit of damage onto Azar and Ustilo. Still going to maintain 3 players around this area as well. Neo underneath, and they're actually seemingly attempting to do a boost once more. It did work out pretty well for them. They got a 1-for-1 trade this time, though. Nobody around to help Ustilo, but he's going to be able to deal with that just fine. He probably knows there's one more around, and yeah. 3 easy kills for Ustilo, and this round is going to go the way of Renegades.
I don't think they'll be falling for this boost. Because Bialy's now going to get out of position. That's so obvious. Azza going to find it, and okay, yeah, Snacks will drop in, but it's no problem for Azza. Renegades with an 8th here on the T side. This is such a strong map in comparison to that previous of Inferno.
Yeah, but it was looking pretty dicey to start things off, though, and the way they won their first buy rounds, not something to be too proud of. It's the big turnaround relay that they managed to bring it back right after getting a reset that does it all for them with that 8 push. Well, Virtus.pro, final stance of the first half. Double ops come out one more time. It's been working out pretty well for them, in all honesty. Start things off on the CT side, and let's see if they can close out in a good manner.
Again, it was that T side that was weak versus Gambit, so to see this is a really nice turnaround from Renegades.
Definitely, as Pasha does have a moment to actually do something. Jacob really committing to this angle.
Oh my god. Someone die, please. At this point, I don't care who.
Well, it's going to be Pasha. He gets taken out through the wall, actually, by Nifty. So the tag damage from Jacob being just enough to make that happen.
Yeah, that shot actually does like only 60 damage or something.
Yeah,
so
and I think Pasha had 60. Well, I think he had 67 HP or something to that effect.
That must have been pretty close.
Well, they'll take it, and they get a second frag as well as Bialy goes down over towards that A bomb site. Azza being able to find the aggression. Might be able to find a second one as well. Mihu down to 19 HP. He does get the frag though, but that does allow for Renegades to storm in towards this B bomb site. Snack finds the first kill. There's no smoke down towards spawn. Here we go. Finally, smoke's going to come down. Snacks is going to rush through though. Or at least attempt it, but gets caught out. Jacob finds the bullets to connect on him. Neo probably going to have to be the linchpin of this potential retake. 100 HP, Mihu down to 19. Jacob's pretty low though, so it could be one player on the Renegade side to be quickly removed. And oh, Mihu adds unfortunate timing.
And even though Neo gets that kill, it's awkward now because Jacob just sitting in the vents. And although Neo knows, it's like, okay, good luck. Good luck chasing Jacob here. He's going to wrap back round to the spawn. Gives Neo an opportunity to take down JKS here. And he's been a player to actually do some damage before, but this is not one of those rounds. Renegades 9-6 on the half. A far better half here than, well, really their previous map. And actually equal to their T side of Train as well.
Yeah. They do so off of a back start, so they managed to fight back into it as well. Definitely had more opportunities to get multiple rounds on the board. Again, just taking care of business after you win pistol, that should most of the time allow you to get 2 more rounds. And obviously that would have been a very scary story for Virtus.pro. They wouldn't have had the opportunity to go to double ops as easily and all that kind of stuff. But considering all things, Renegades should be happy about the fact that they make it to 9 rounds and finish the first half in an extremely strong fashion. And it remains to be seen if VP have anything to answer with, though. We talked about how the T side was the issue for Renegades versus Gambit. So we're expecting a pretty decent CT side, at least, to come forth. But we haven't really been able to see what Virtus.pro can offer up on their T side.
You never know. The plow could be in effect.
It might have to if they want to bring this back.
And keep their tournament life going on as well. Let's take into account this is the 3rd map of an elimination best of 3. Loser going home, winner still not even into the playoffs. Got another best of 3 to win ahead of that later on. So, buys coming through. VP, again, very big fans of this utility. They put a lot into Inferno pistol round. They actually had 4 nade buyers, 4 smokes.
Yeah.
Now only 1, but they have a double Molotov at least on the T side.
Well, this could go, well, pretty much towards either bomb side if they opt to. This could be used to obviously Molotov out the entirety of the B bomb side, but it could also be used to get rid of people playing from quad side or the MBK corner on A. In fact, they're just going to go for the challenge in mid here.
Surprised Nifty's even going for it, I won't lie. It looked very dangerous. Shots coming through from Mihu actually do drop 1 man in mid.
And meanwhile, Jacob has found 1 kill of his own over towards B. Okay, constant challenges. He's still not having the connections just off the bat, but finds Pasha eventually.
And Yustilo's had a very good game as well. 17 and 9. He's been a very impactful part of Renegades here to help them try and find this victory.
It definitely has, and well, all the utility that we were so excited for on the side of VP, kind of seen the same faith as it did on Inferno, doesn't really come into play at any given point. So there we go. 1 Molotov out, but it doesn't really allow for anything to come out of it. Miku finds JKS in mid, but Yustilo's still an A main, and that hasn't been cleared. Easy kill for him. Well, Mihu.
He's looking for the ace here.
He's doing his damnedest.
Snuck under the radar, sorry. He's looking for this final kill, Miku. What? How? I don't know.
Again, like, it's a situation where Renegades doesn't really have to do anything at all. They don't have to take the challenges versus VP, even though they have the favorable weapons in USP versus Glock on long range. But as long as you have Yustilo in A main, there's no need for you to go challenge. You can sit back. VP are not getting anything done before Yustilo dies.
No.
So the fact that Mihu is able to find, eventually, 2 more frags before Yustilo is even brought into action, that is just a big mistake from Renegades. They give up a pistol round that should have been theirs with rather ease after finding the first 2 openers. And now VP are given a chance to climb back into this game.
Opportunities present itself, but they've got to get over the first hurdle, and frankly, I wouldn't say that they're too well equipped for it. Full CZs for Renegades, apart from Nifty saving for the AWP, and VP have only got 1 rifle. Definitely some danger here in round number 17. What have VP got for us in this one? They are going to go in through middle, it seems, which is a good decision considering not only the buy from Renegades, but also the setup. 4 on the A side, but the issue is for me is VP are heading to the A side. They had the bomb outside, although, will it commit? Because with Snacks up in Squeaky, it's making me
worried.
Yeah.
Well, see, the thing is here, though, that Virtus.pro are having a different approach from what we saw Renegades. Renegades went blindly towards the A-bomb side. Virtus.pro, they're at least going to put 1 player in towards mid. They still have a ton of utility similar to Renegades. If they can just execute and actually put down their nades, it's going to make a world of difference. And just the fact that they have the different attacking points really here, it's going to be massive for them.
Let's see if Bialy can make contact. He should be the initiator of this push. As he starts to push in, Neo's already dropped Jacob. Only one, make it 2 kill off the back of the CZ, but it's only JKS left up on the site. His entire team have folded around him, and he will join that party. Just Nifty with the USP and VP. I mean, that is the difference. As you say, that is the difference between those two anti-ecos. The mid-split makes a big difference.
Yeah, again, you're diverting attention away from Renegades. They can't focus solely on A main, for instance. They can't basically lump all their limited firepower onto one area. So, they get drawn apart, they get split, they don't really have the opportunity to set up for crossfires or immediate trades, and VP just take full advantage of it. Even though they take casualties, that's fine. You can live with that. You have multiple SMGs, right? That's kind of the name of the game. You know you're going up against the fully invested Renegades.
And when we saw the same round on the first half, it was actually some aggression into main from VP that caught out Renegades and kind of scrambled the communication. Didn't see any of that from the current CT side, and they are getting wrecked. Dunk actually nukes them. A clean round for VP with only 1 casualty. They'll be pretty happy with that one. 9-9 up. Buy from Renegades. Their chance to get back into this game and, well, keep things strong as they were in the first half.
Yeah, well, at least how they ended it, because the start was pretty abysmal. Nifty had an extremely rough game on Inferno. Didn't really do anything of matter pretty much throughout the entirety of the map. This time as well, hasn't really made any sort of impact on the T side. Now, he's going to be a vital part for Renegades to be able to maintain the lead they had and actually make sure they live on to fight for another day.
Oof. Nades flying on in. And an AWP on either side. Kind of a contradicting buy from VP with having the AWP for the slow pace and also the Mach 10 to find fast kills.
We can also use Neo as a bit of bait, jumping across angles or something, but instead it's going to be Posh to take the first hit. This time Nifty gets the better of him, and that's a big, big, big change. Neo's going to pick up the AWP though. He's going to fall. Relive the same fate as Pasha did. It's a 2-man advantage for Renegades, and now they, well, more or less feel committed to that A-bomb site. They don't have too many options, don't have too much utility either. And you can see 3-man defense on the side of Renegades. Nifty finds one through smoke as well.
And he is just having a round, isn't he? You still even spots the last player. Nifty may try and kill his teammate, but Bialy is completely cornered here. And he's even getting wallbanged.
Bialy's like, what the hell's happening?
Dear. Oh my god. Eventually something's going to hit him, and he's so aware of his backline push as well. It finally comes through. He's not even seen anyone this round. There we go.
That's not a fun round if you're Bialy.
No.
Nifty, though, we talked about it, has to play a vital part for Renegades needs to actually be a part of the game for them to have an easier time closing this up versus VP, and what a way to respond to that. 3 kills right off the bat. 3 opening kills it was. That was one thing. We didn't see a single opening kill on Inferno. Yeah. Sure, they didn't get as many rounds to play with on the CT side, but we didn't even see attempts at making opening kills come out of him. This time, very different. All right, so maybe a taste of their own medicine from Renegades here. They're going to go for the boost over the smoke. This time, though, the smoke is placed better, and actually the jumping is going to give away the positioning.
I think the smoke was actually blocked by a player, which kind of repositioned it deeper into the connector, covering for that boost. If they didn't block that smoke, we would have seen Renegades with an angle.
Yeah, for Virtus.pro, nobody went through the actual boost either, though they went through the mid gate, which probably didn't help either. Jacob gets some damage onto Neo, but he's also kind of stuck into a corner here. He's going to get some help from JKS, though. So repositioning happening. But decent amounts of damage actually done for Virtus.pro here, and they're going to put their attention towards the B-Bouncer for a little bit. Make sure that they've forced the 2 players on Renegade side back on site. That also doesn't allow for them to play for information, get a delay, any sort of rotation. In fact, we're seeing Ustilo actually move over towards mid, because now it's gone quiet all across the map, and Virtus.pro moving back towards Snacks on that A-bomb site.
Nifty again in a great position to make contact with the AWP in 15 seconds.
And you've got Azza boosted up as well. That might not be expected. And for him to get a bit of a drop with so low HP, that could be very beneficial.
But look how many incendiaries we have. With 30 seconds left, Renegades have 4. They just threw out 1 at least on the middle area of the map, but still we have Molotovs to slow down VP, and they don't have time to waste. They've got to run right through them as they start to come down. But Azza wanting to take the duel instead is going to go at least to the floor. Nifty throws out his incendiary, but he's also going to lose the duel with the AWP. Frankly, I have no idea how VP are on this site. Snacks not realizing that's his teammate up, by the way. And VP, they do have the round.
They do. Renegade's going to opt to save instead. They don't really have the money to rebuy here. They might want to go for those 3 saved weapons and ZZs to fill up around them afterwards. But yeah, as you mentioned, they had the Molotovs. They had the utility to really hold them back. I think the second Azza needs... obviously, he doesn't want to give away his position, but since the smoke is still down, there's an opportunity for him to put a Molotov behind that smoke while it's still up. The second he sees nades being thrown through it by VP, and then set up for the fight. In the end, they find 0 kills off of it, and it's just an easy round for Virtus.pro.
That early damage that you talked about coming back to haunt Renegades. From low players there. And now 10-10. VP showing this game isn't going to be as clean cut as it could have seemed with Renegades starting to pick up rounds on the CT side. Keeping it close.
Definitely are, and with such a clean win as well for VP, that's going to do wonders for their economy. They're not going to get immediately reset to the point where they could force up a buy if Renegades were to bring this back. But considering what they have to offer, really, it's not all that likely. Nifty hasn't really invested much of anything into this round as well. He wants to get on that op. That's the one thing he's found success with so far in this game. But they're not broke by any means, but they're just not going to have that great of a buy if they choose to opt in for the next one. Giving up the A-bomb set completely as well. They're going for a boost. This was something we saw VP do at 2 instances of their CT half. They went up aggressively pretty much immediately. Yustillo on his end, though, is kind of just hanging out here, waiting for some sort of a sound cue. Oh, timing.
That is the worst timing.
Yeah. At least gets confirmation that there's 2 players around there. So it's not all for nothing, but yeah, can't stay around there. He's going to be moving up towards that A-bomb site. So there is at least some presence from Renegades there at the time being. They're actually going to go for a reboost here, maybe? No, it doesn't seem like Nifty wants any part of that.
Don't blame him.
Would be a bit of a dangerous trek with no smoke down in mid-garage. And Azza, how long can he stay around? Well, not for long. Pasha finds him. That's going to be the opener. That's going to allow for VP to get in towards mid here.
But they are splitting the A site, it seems, which is where 2 players with rifles are holding on to. And if Nifty can actually get a frag in the vents here as well to try and catch the back line with 20 seconds left, this could actually start to all fall apart for VP. They do have a pick. They are going to try and work off the back of it. Molotov's out, flash as well. Nifty does get a kill from that vent, so his impact is done, even though the trade comes through. It's actually a team flash as well. You still can't find a frag, and Jacob needs to, but it's snacked with another entry. Good work from VP, and JKS with only a single kill before the round is over. For a second, again, similarly to the previous round. Renegades, they have a chance, but VP just too damn good.
Yeah. In that situation, obviously, Renegades, the 2 players, Jacob and I think it was, well, not Yustillo, but might have been Azza on the A-bomb site, needs to find some frags to start them off if they want to have the hope of actually being able to set up for a retake there. Virtus.pro doing a good job of actually getting onto it. So VP in the lead for the first time in a good while, but ops are up on Renegades as well. Oh, quick tempo here though towards A. I'm gonna get flashed, might stagger them a little bit. Force a rotation here. Still 2 players there. Backside of the side is Yustillo.
Oh, that Molotov though. Snacks has been doing that pretty much every single round since a pistol. Now finally it's going to actually force someone out.
Oh, and Nifty is actually moving really aggressively here over towards the B-bomb side. So that's going to allow for rotations to come in. They can play with 3 players on A from the get-go of it. Only having JKS just kind of peering into mid to see if anything's coming up. If in case of VP wanting to set up for a bit of a mid-split. You might actually have spotted Bialy there as he's jumping.
This is very, very delayed from VP, but still Renegades aren't convinced to fully commit to this rotation, even with Nifty pushed up. But now, as VP assimilate, using their utility, starting to make a bit of presence and go for the push. Neo gets dinked out and instantly contact. Does still find a kill despite that health. Now Renegades are going to need a hero play. Someone needs to step up, and you still might just be that man, but it's again a 1-for-1. A team kill comes through, but that's actually so, like, it's so little value because Renegades are still down a player.
And Nifty hasn't rotated over properly yet either. They know Bialy is around the mid area, but the question is how they're going to snuff him out. Nice flash set up there. Excellently done by Neo to allow for Bialy to find JKS. And while Nifty are already late on the rotation, and now it's too late to do anything about VP's slaughter on the bomb site.
They've been looking very, very good on this T side. That's been the thing for VP across this entire series. Let's forget Train. But
so it's the only 2 maps to have happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's true. They're going about it in a proper manner, not really allowing for any slip-ups to happen. That said, though, like Renegades had the correct read there. Obviously, Nifty being able to push forward into Sunroom, that gives them a ton of map control. They have 3 players on the bomb site, but they can't win out the trades there. And multiple situations where they probably could have been able to get a lot more done. I think if Jacob is sitting on a Colt instead of a FAMAS in that scenario, he definitely gets 1 kill at least to alleviate pressure. And we could have a bit of a different ball game, but as it is right now, VP definitely in the driving seat. Nifty manages to hold on to the AWP, but there's nothing really on the side of Renegades to force behind that. You don't want to have 4 ZZs and an AWP and bank everything, your entire CT half on that to be your solution, really. So an eco very likely to come out of Renegades. Maybe they can stack up with the pistols that they buy up on one side, have Nifty be the sole defender towards B, for instance, maybe have him go aggressively into A main, just try to find an early pick and play off of that, or let him be the sole defender regardless of where what they opt to do. But they have to do something different. They can't just set up in a default position and hope that things are going to work out. Virtus.pro have definitely shown that they want to take the time and be methodical about their approach before they actually decide to attack a single bomb site.
Let's see if Renegades can find any kind of damage in this round.
Well, so it's going to be Nifty towards the A bomb site alone, but he's not moving in like very aggressively. VP players have already been able to post up. Mihu. I was going to give away some sound at least, but that's control gained for Nifty. And that's going to allow the stack on the B bomb side to stay in position. The question is now whether or not VP are going to Molotov out the entirety of the bomb site. If they do so, then, well, there's not a lot of places to go for Renegades.
They're going to get completely isolated here. Smoke off in the CT spawn, the push down through the CT side. Snacks has found 1, but he is going to get overwhelmed by Azra on the site. JKS running through the smoke, and that's a little bit early as well because Pasha was posted on the position. With 3 up now for Renegades, there's certainly an opportunity. Nifty trying to come in for a bit of support as well through Heaven, does win the duel to Pasha, and suddenly this round has gone out of their hands. Nifty with 2 frags. And Renegades, a very good job of playing delayed on the site. They don't peek out wide and try and take duels to VP in the open. They wait till they get up close, and then they multi-peek.
The odd thing, though, for me is that Virtus.pro, they did decide to Molotov over towards the B bomb site, but only with 1 Molotov, and that's for the triple box. That immediately takes Ustilo out of his position, which is fair enough, but why wouldn't there be a second Molotov for the default box? Because if they do that, that's 2 of the Renegades players with nowhere to go, and it should be a pretty easy trade for Virtus.pro. Even though Snacks goes down, that should be something they can handle with not too much issues. And they drop the ball. They give Renegades the way back into this game. Not only was that an eco with not the biggest investments, but it also does a lot of damage to VP's own economy. Well, both teams running the risk of getting a reset here.
And again, another slow approach from VP. This has been most of the half from them. Just jump spotting that B site. Neo making sure there's no one getting aggressive on the back line. We've only seen, I think, 1 round where Nifty did that with the AWP. Didn't really have that much effect. It was a save anyway. VP again back to A. To be fair, this is where they've had a lot of success in the past, even with Renegades stacking up numerous amounts of rounds. VP have been just winning the duels and trading far more effectively. Again, the Molotov down, and again, the push will begin from VP. 40 seconds here, so likely just going to commit to it, and that's a kill from Ustilo to start things off. Renegades, they've been very, very late to actually get these kills, and now with actually kicking away with a 2-man advantage, things are looking up for the Australian side. Trade is in for Snacks, but he's going to need a lot more than one, and as is positioned well for a single kill, does just need to stay alive. As Pasha's posted on it with the AWP, so the pressure is on Bialy to try and open up again. One kill is not enough, and as we've learned, it is just Pasha here alone in a 1v3. 10 seconds up, and he's got to save.
Yep. Bitter pill to swallow for Virtus.pro. They don't have too much money. Obviously, Pasha's going to be completely screwed by this. Yes, it's going to be nice to hold on to that up, but if he goes down in the following round, Virtus.pro are going to be worse off where and just Renegades on there, and they managed to hold on to 3 players as well. So you can see Jacob sitting at 6.1, Nifty at 7.2. Nifty's going to have to reinvest into some utility and whatnot, gets the op dropped over, so that's a fair bit of money saved, but still a decent situation to be in if you're Renegades. And for VP, they have to think things through, really. Are they going to have to like drop around, be a little bit creative in how they go about it, maybe drop an AK over to 2 players so they can get full AK armor, then run off with pistols to supplement the op that you've saved on Pasha, because Pasha's not going to be able to buy in a following round if he goes down. So a lot of questions that need answering for Virtus.pro, and that's probably why we're seeing the tactical pause. They need to talk things through. Cuban probably coming with some input as to what they should be doing.
But again, I'm pretty sure we called this coming into this series. We'd have 2 stomps and then a close game where we actually had some really good Counter-Strike and a back and forth affair. Like at every single point in this game where I thought, oh, okay, this team is going to run away and win the game, it just flips.
Yeah, they messed something up. But the only thing we didn't get correct was what maps the stomps would be on for what teams. But, you know, in the end, the end result, no, I mean, nothing makes sense, right? In the end, the result is the same. We do get a really close finalizer here. 12-12. Massive rounds for both sides here. VP on the brink of getting just battered economically. If he gets pushed off the angle, drops the Molotov early on. Ooh, doesn't connect with the first bullet.
He does follow up though. Snacks is dead trying to chase him down, but Pasha's holding the angle like a turret with 2. Ustilo in. Spray down is good, but he can't finish off the second man and just falls out back of the site. Clever play from Ustilo. Set up for the retake rather than risk going down and giving more guns to VP that are under-equipped. Molotov forces Bialy open, and Jacob does take the kill. The plants come in for VP, but the shot again missed from Pasha, and he can't afford to not hit these. A second one going down, and now it is just a 2v2 with the CTs overwhelming the man at the back of the site, and Ustilo saving the day for his team. He has been the MVP of this map through and through.
What a boss Ustilo is there, being able to find 2, like scrape away 2 kills and then just bail out of the site and then continue on the onslaught. Just constantly surviving, ducking and ducking out of the way of Pasha's op shots. Because again, if you look at the health discrepancy as you go into that retake, you're thinking to yourself like, well, VP are screwed, like Pasha's low on HP, Neo's constantly getting tagged down, but all it takes is that 1 kill from Pasha as they move onto the site to really just loosen things up. Renegades just living on a knife's edge right now, but they're able to withstand the heat, and while Virtus.pro, they do get a bomb plant, that's going to help them out for the next round that comes up, especially Pasha, but for now, it's going to have to be pistols. JKS, ooh, he's in a position that he might get caught off. Smoke goes down. Not even going to fire the shot. He's hanging around for a little bit here. He's actually going to play from the bomb side as well. They need to find quite a few frags. The rotation is still not there in time. It's going to take a bit of a while as well. And the first man to rotate in is going to be Nifty too. He's got an op, so he can't necessarily just flush shots through the smoke. You know, they have to make this work on the first go.
1 minute. As the push comes in from VP, JKS is blind and he's burning. He's got to reposition to the back of the site and join up with Jacob. The double J is already dropping 2, and Nifty comes in to try and help out as well with a double kill over his own. Nifty, at least him coming into his own as well. He's definitely struggled on that first half as he did in the previous map, but back up with the rest of his team. 15 kills in 14 rounds. Renegades, they only need this single one to not only at least guarantee them overtime, but to put VP on a terrible round in terms of money, right? They've not even got max loss bonus. That will kick in here.
Yeah, they will get it, but you know, as we talked about, if they exactly, if they don't get bomb, it's going to be 3,400 because they've pretty much spent everything they have. So that's not going to make for a good buy.
I like that molly.
Neat way of actually doing it. Well,
little miss.
Miss, yeah.
Forget that.
No.
I feel like maybe that actually worked. You can't stand up on top of that because it will probably still burn you while you're going for the boost. Maybe.
If you tuck
Either way, it's a
corner,
nice lineup.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah.
There you have it. But, you know, you want substance over style at this point. If you're Renegades, you want to get to that secured map point. Pasha, spots out an arm. That's going to be an easy win of the duel for him. So he finally gets one back on Nifty, who's been doing better and better for himself as the CT side has progressed. Finally a men advantage, really, for Virtus.pro to work off of. But Justillo and Azza, they're going to get aggressive here.
Yeah, I like it.
Well, Pasha might be the recipient as well. So started off well, but is shut down pretty quickly. Snacks. Oh, opens the door as Justillo jumps by, sees an opportunity, but Justillo connects every bullet through that door to find a second player. And well, Virtus.pro, things were looking well for you in a minute now. 2 of your last remaining 3 players have been spotted out of mid, sectioned off by the Molotov as well. Now you're in a bit of a sticky situation.
Not much time to make anything of it as well. Not a single smoke, and Azza can just line them up as they're in the open. Justillo peeks as well as the attention is diverted. It's just me who left up in a 1v4. Does start it off, but there's nothing else than one. And Renegades have done it. They found 15. They've denied the bomb plant from VP. The cash is not good enough here for the Polish. And not only in terms of map, but also in terms of money, as they need to find all 3 rounds to bring us to OT.
They need to do it all. They need to play perfectly from this point on. Get a couple of kills on some of the players. So Neo, Snacks, they will have the opportunity to go for AKs and armor. But if they do so, Miha's already bought into that. So it's going to be on Bialy and Pasha, for instance, to have all the utility to play off of. But this has to be Renegades' golden opportunity. Like this has to be where they close it out. Everything is going their way. They got double ops set up so they can kind of weaken the defense in a sense towards one of the bombs. So they can either have Nifty playing solo 1A or JKS being the solo spotter on B with the ops. And then work around that as well. Everything is primed for Renegades to live on for at least one more map.
Well, let's see what VP can get done with it. They prioritized firepower over utility. Maybe going for a faster approach with this one, but the Molotov is already up onto middle. Nifty not posted on it though. No one is, in fact. So this boost is going to be dangerous, but they drop into his hand. Mihu, the top fragger of VP, already dead. It's a worrying sign of things to come here in the 28th round. And maybe the last round if Nifty can follow up. Flashed him in, but he's getting shot out from the door. He's got teammates up on the boost. They can't really cover it. He's still got to focus on this highway. And Bialy has found the opening kill. With Nifty tagged up and in a very awkward, out-of-position spot. If he can't find one here, this might be VP's opportunity. And there it is. Bialy's found his second. And the push in for the third as well. A man caught, but a crossfire held as Jacob rotates up through the car. He's going to be caught on the wrap. 1v2 now. Just JKS left. And with the bomb going down, it's not too open of a plant, but this flank from Pasha could make it happen. The Molotov down. Actually, sorry, it is an open plant. Pasha's got a great position for it. Stack sits in the flames and he'll be set alight. Now it is JKS just trying to come to life and find this 1v1, secure the clutch. He knows what Pasha last was, but he's just going to jump on this bomb. He can easily stick it with a very open position. Pasha pushes in and JKS will do it. Renegades will do it with 16 rounds. They find map 3.
They do, and that means Renegades are going to move to 2-2. VP, unfortunately for them, valiant effort, but they're going to be eliminated for now from Star Ladder Season 5. And in the end, it turns out, it works out the way we expected it to, but it wasn't easy for Renegades by any means.
No, not at all. That was a very scary second map, especially with VP really putting up a very strong Inferno. Not really a map that is known for their performance at the very least. But I've got to say, I'm impressed at Renegades in that final map, as much as VP did show a very strong T-side at some points in it, and had some good executes towards A. Renegades, the better team overall, and a bit of a lead to finish it off.
Yeah, and I think Renegades can thank 2 things for that coming into play. Obviously, Nifty being able to kind of join in on the game on the CT side, finding the op in his hands, but the clear MVP of that game, or that map, Justillo.
Yeah,
I mean, what a hero he was on that A-bomb side, time and time again. Just constantly finding multi-kills to mess up VP badly, and that gives the chance for the rotations to come in, because Renegades weren't necessarily perfect on their timings with rotations towards either of the bomb sets or necessarily their initial defense. It was Justillo just making sure that he cleaned up the mess that some of his teammates had made for themselves a lot of the time.
And considering VP literally hit the A side almost every single round of that T side, you do need someone like Justillo to step up. That can't be your weak hole, right?
Yeah.
You need to have one player that can just dominate round after round. And yeah, some great performances from Renegades, but Justillo, without a doubt, the best player of that map.
Yeah, for sure. And that's great to see for Renegades as well. We've talked about how they need the combo of Nifty, Jacob, and one Australian. We've gotten to see that. I think JKS had a really good start on the first map to set them off onto a good foot. And eventually, now on after a disappointing second map, Nifty comes into it on the CT sides to help them close it out. Jacob, I think he had a pretty good series overall. Always contributing, never being kind of out of his depth in that sense. But yeah, you see a pretty big disparity. You still definitely led the charge for his team.
Yeah, nice to see actually 2 Australians up there. Even though, of course, Nifty had a lot of impact in that second half, JKS did well both in map 1 and map 3.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's not always the combo that we know. And, yeah, VP eliminated here in Kiev. That's a shame to see. But, again, we do still have Polish representation, as we've talked about earlier. We have AGO still in the tournament. Yeah. Obviously going straight through to the playoffs with a high seed as well.
Yeah, no, they're just all set, really. So they've done, gone well above and beyond expectations. So I guess if you want to look at VP as a bit of a disappointment, I think they had an okay showing considering where they've been at. To this point, you can, I guess, level it out by the fact that AGO have done so well for themselves.
Well, either way, that game is done, and we will be heading to a little interview down on the stage with Parla.
H squared, Halvor and Hugo, thank you very much. Now, Estilo, you guys looked cooked like a bush chuck.
I don't even know.
Is AZR your best cobber in the team?
My best cobber. I mean, we're all pretty good cobbers, I guess, so yeah.
And finally, gonna get a cold one with your stubby holder?
Maybe after the tournament, maybe.
I have no idea what I just said, but thank you very much, Chad Birchill. No, let's talk properly about this matchup. Cash, this is why I want to talk to you. That final map was fantastic for you. Why were you so on fire?
I'm not too sure. I mean, I was just feeling it, I guess. I have those games every now and again where I just feeling confident in everything I do, and I think everything I was doing was working, so when that's happening, it feels easy, I guess.
Did it come off the first 2 maps because you had quite a steady performance between them, nothing crazy, and then it was that third where you kind of exploded?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't do too well in the first 2. I mean, I was okay, I guess, but I mean, the last came down to Cash, and we were pretty confident on Cash. We've beaten them before on Cash, so I mean, we knew what we had to do, so yeah.
Going from 1 to 2 in terms of group stage score, you're now 2 for 2. So your next match will be your final in this stage. If you win it, you move forwards. Are you excited for that?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, another playoffs would be like awesome. I mean, last time we were here,
you were exactly in
we were in the 0-2, and we went 3-2, made the playoffs, played FaZe, almost beat them on Inferno. So it's a bit exactly like that, I guess. I'm feeling like we're going to do exactly the same. So yeah, no matter who we get tomorrow, I think we're going to be pretty confident. So
okay, so that's what I want to move on to. No matter the opponent that you might end up facing, you're feeling like you guys are comfortable with whoever.
Yeah, we started off the tournament pretty slow, but I mean, every day by day we're getting a bit better and better. So, I mean, I think we can play North and NRG. I'm not sure who else we can play, but I mean, against either of those teams, I think we're fine with playing them. So yeah.
Yeah, don't worry. We will clarify all of that later. We'll do the draw, etc. Yeah, Carlo, any final words that you'd like to say to everybody watching?
No, just thank you to all of the Australian fans watching. Probably at a really bad time for you guys, but yeah, just thank you and for your support and keep supporting us.
Yeah, hopefully you can make it to the top 8 this time. Not quite there yet. We'll see you again tomorrow. But still, maybe you can celebrate today with a shoey.
Probably not. No chance. No chance.
But back to the casters.
Poor Paula. Just hardcore denied. Like
he's used to it at this point.
Yeah, didn't get a cold one with stubby holders or whatever it was,
I have no idea.
And no shoey either.
No.
So no fun allowed apparently. But that's okay. Renegades have a task at hand. I mean, you still might just have to cover his passport some extra because he's pronouncing cash the way it's meant to be, but not doing it in an Australian way. So maybe somebody tries to revoke his citizenship.
Give it to Nifty.
Yeah, no, it's something like that. It could very easily be Nifty gets a haircut. Maybe, I don't know, like
go full grows
a couple of inches, yeah.
I think a few more.
I'm not sure if that would completely sell it on the passport photo of Estilo, but maybe it's to be seen. But in any case, New day, new dawn for Renegades, and as he was saying, they've been gradually getting better. They were in the same position for the first Star Ladder tournament as well that they attended with Jacob. So it's not an unusual position for them to be in by any means.
No. And hey, I still believe in it. Again, it was quite funny to see him say, "Oh yeah, we can face NRG or North, and I'm comfortable there." And we're sitting there like, "Are you comfortable with Mal Sports or not?" I don't think you're going to have the same confidence.
Yeah.
But hey, there's always an opportunity. You can't count the boys out. That's what we've learned today, even with a stellar performance from VP. So another opportunity for them to carry on tomorrow and keep their lives alive in the tournament. But they are done for today. We'll be back with the next game, which I think is going to be quite an interesting